That's the best you can do. When you say it like,
We're in charge.
so I can believe in you the same way you believe in me.
Hey, Bougie gang. Hello. What's for lunch today, guys? Your girl hasn't had anything. I was so busy. I got off my last live. I was trying to monetize my video, which did I even do it? I don't even know. I may not have completely, but that's okay. And girl, just a mess. Just a mess, and baby, it is what it is. Did I put everything to the side I needed to put to the side? Let me. You know when you put stuff in watch later and it doesn't go to watch later, it's like, excuse me. Let me make sure everything I need to watch later is there before let me not even pivot off that screen. Okay, guys, welcome. DMV 703, baby, got here immediate 9:33. Okay, good morning, Sassy Sue, India, not India. 1, 2, 3, first gang stars. Period. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for getting here ASAP. Okay. Yesterday, your girl was busy. I had to help a family member. I came to you guys in a member live. So, any of you guys in members, you guys already know, and maybe I'll pass the word around. I made it on time. Okay. Yes. Made it on time, period. Okay. I love you guys. I missed you guys so much yesterday. But girl, your girl was tired. Okay. I was tired. And then I was like, not Shirley with the strawberry letter. Okay. Now, if I play Shirley talking about the strawberry letter and somebody they feel convicted to ask me why I'm playing Shirley with the strawberry letter, please don't. Please do not. For risk of being clowned by all of don't do it. Don't even bother. You know why I'm reading it, because this is the day. So the call that Phone Calls from Prison, a YouTube channel we love to watch, has on the docket for today. Well, I have on the docket for today. They dropped yesterday some calls where Nesto and Sonia were feeling oh so comfortable talking their shit, was because they were obviously using someone else's pen and they were speaking with their complete chest out, talking about matters and talking on topics because they didn't think these calls would ever be found.
That's the best you can do. I mean, say it like you mean it.
Okay, they didn't think the calls would be found because they're on that bullshit. They were over there talking with their chest out, talking about other people who Sonia really should be shutting up on. Okay?
That's the best you can do. I mean, say it like you mean it. So I can believe in you the same way.
Are you in charge?
Sis, you're not in charge. You're not in charge at all. Okay? At all. That's why your man is still in jail. Okay? But they were talking on Shirley because Shirley needed to preserve her good job. And clearly, ma'am, look, the people at the Steve Harvey show knew what they were doing because it's all on Nesto. People will still talk about Shirley. At the end of the day, Shirley fucked up and she knows it. But at the end of the day, Shirley has conveniently not talked about it at all publicly. Okay? Anything that came out publicly, girl, it was very cute. Like when she was sitting there at court ignoring the fuck out of your ass on Zoom. It was amazing. She did a wonderful job. And her lawyer was very much cute, throwing Nesto under the bus with the judge in front of tight suit Roberto. I loved every minute of it. Shirley has handled this like it was a master class on how to ignore the fuck out of your stupid, low life, I can't wait to be divorced from this trash ass Negro. Okay? As bad as it was for Shirley, Shirley delivered a master class on how to get up under a Negro feelings. Okay? She put Nesto in his feelings. She did not address him. She did not look at him. She had a very messy lawyer who handled all the business, had everything taken care of, and baby, the internet got to show up to every Zoom, did not get kicked out, talked all about it, and pissed off little baby Sonia. Okay, Sonia was mad because she wanted to use the internet to her advantage, but baby, it's always going to be the house wins.
You can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. That's
Okay, y'all. Thank you. Look, y'all. Thanks for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting. Thank you. Thank you for all of my members. Everybody subscribe to this channel. Give yourself a little. Okay, I did that. Absolutely. Thank you. So, because the number wouldn't be there for all of if it were not for all of you guys who hit subscribe. So number one, period. Number two, thank you for supporting the content that shows up on this channel. Every video may not be for you, but that's okay. Watch what you feel comfortable with, and what you don't, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Come back later, at a later date, right? Or for another video, right? But I appreciate y'all watching, supporting, hitting the thumbs up, sharing. Sharing is crucial. Okay. Sharing is crucial. Okay. Because it's social media. Keeping social media social is sharing. Okay, it's part of the sharing. Thank you, sis. Thank you. I received that blessing 100%. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. All of the milestones, you guys are amazing. Happy Wednesday, boo. If you guys would like to participate in Happy Hump Day, supporting your favorite tea and case, okay, because we talk about the cases, but we also talk about the TT along with it. Guys, I'm working on something big. I'm just using that. If you know, you know, okay. It'll be big to us because we like a good receipt. If you like, girl, I got some receipts for y'all coming. Last night I was editing and my computer, I didn't have it plugged in. So I was in the living room in my satellite comfortable location, and my computer went, go to bed. My computer just gave me a big old go to take your ass to bed and shut off. So I had to go plug it in, not this one, but my one of my laptops. Girl, my computer said, "Girl, go to bed." Okay. And then I did. I was just like, you know what? Let me get caught up on my rest because mom life is so exhausting, especially mom life of a blogger. Okay. So hey, boo. Guys, the Defense Rest, I love them. They had me on their channel 2 weeks ago and it was so much fun. Go check out Jody. If you remember the intro Jody made me, I need to put it up on this channel. I have it in my phone. I played it for you guys through my phone, but I need to upload it so I can actually run it. But yes, the Defense Rest, I love her. She's so sweet. She's from Australia and they stream cases live and I appreciate them so much for having me on, her and her buddy Steve. He is from why did I say that? Justice is a process, right? Did I say it right? I hope I did. Awesome. Okay. And they had me on and we talked true crime. And I appreciate anyone who invites me over to their channel is like, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate that so much. So yes, I love them. He's in West Virginia, right? Okay. He's in West Virginia. Sis is in aren't you in Australia? Or you're just Australian living in the States? I could be. Did I get that wrong? I hope I did not. I think Steve is in West Virginia. Are you actually in Australia? Maybe I'm wrong. You're get me straight. You're in Melbourne. Okay. One of my favorite bloggers is she in Melbourne? Her name is Jerusha Couture. She actually is the goddaughter of the late Olivia Newton-John, and she is a luxury bag enthusiast. She's one of my absolute favorite. Her name's Jerusha Couture. Maybe they might be in Melbourne or maybe Sydney. I'm not sure. But her husband is like a restaurateur. She's very fabulous. Anybody who knows Jerusha Couture, if you're in the luxury handbag community, you know exactly who I'm talking about. But her godmother was Olivia Newton-John. And I've been following her for I don't even know how long, a very long time, probably a decade. Anyway, okay, awesome guys. Thank you. Thank you for dropping in, sis. I appreciate you so much. And she again is the one who wrote that wonderful intro for me, which was so sweet and I absolutely love it. WV is West Virginia. Justice is a process is Steve's channel and he's in West Virginia. So okay, let's get back to Nesto and Sonia. But let me just say this too. Thank you to all the people who support this channel in any way that you support the channel. It's very much appreciated. So all of these milestones, you guys are showing all of your support over the long haul, and it's very much appreciated. Just a second, let me text Farrah's celebrating because we had I'm not going to say the sport. Don't say the sport and don't say the but Farrah made it through tryouts and I guess you just got the notification because I've been waiting. She's doing various TikTok dances right now to celebrate. How many did you make it into multiple categories? Okay, so sis made the team. We already knew. I mean, when the first day of tryouts, when Farrah got in the car and I'm not gonna say what you said because that'll give it away, but she made she was feeling herself. She was feeling herself. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. So sis made the team and she got what she wanted. So way to go, babe. Congratulations. She just came in and screamed. So that's why I had to put you. And today was I don't know, inclement weather day. Did you get on asynchronous learning yet? Okay, get into your work, baby. So you're not doing it all afternoon. Okay. It was supposed to be just kind of like a snow day, but they did assign work. So, girl, we got to keep them grades up. Um, High school is right around the corner and we can't play around. Girl, high school's around the corner, college is around the corner. Okay, CW, thank you so much, Boo, for gifting a friend. CW just gifted a friend, and guess what? It's a sis from New Jersey. Okay, a sis from New Jersey just got a membership. Okay. Oh, I can't do it from here. Okay, just a second. Oh, let me put you guys, if you're looking for the link to the video, my bad. I don't have it in here yet, but you'll have to refresh. Let me drop it real quick. If you're new here and you just happen to fall into this live, we're getting ready to do a reaction and talk TT about this particular video I'm dropping into the chat. The information will be in the description box. If you're on Facebook, it's in the chat, okay? I just dropped it. It's for a YouTube channel we love to watch called Phone Calls from Prison. And that's it. That's all. I mean, that's the most important thing. Let me put it in the description box before I forget, though. Oh, I did put it in there. I thought I forgot. It's already in here. It's already in here. My bad. Okay. It's already there. YouTube channel we love to watch, and description box is already set ready to go with the information that you need. So if you want to watch it sans commentary, you can do that. You can do that and then come back and then hear what we thought about it. Okay. But before we do that, I'm getting ready to take us on a trip down memory lane. If you don't like trips down memory lane, baby, it's okay. Okay. But understand, we do. We like context and we like to get all of the receipts when we watch something. And we're going to sit over here for just a second and we're going to listen to Shirley deliver her little strawberry letter. So when we crack on Sonia for being so irate and angry, we have the proper context of everything that Shirley said when she said it. Okay. Okay. If it's not okay, it's going to be okay. Are we good on that? Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. And let's go. I'm trying to set up my screen so I have as little problems as possible, because sometimes this but Facebook stuff usually is okay. Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear what ma'am had to say.
Steve, I'm gonna just start by saying that
this was September 11th, just to provide some additional. Look at this right here. Can you see this? September 11, 2023. Shirley apologizes to Uncle Steve and Mrs. Harvey. She shares that Uncle Steve did not introduce Ernesto and her. A former friend did. She is in the process of getting a divorce from her estranged husband, whom she has not spoken to in quite some time. While she knew the phone calls were recorded, she didn't know they would ever be released to the world. Steve didn't care about Nesto. Steve cared about Shirley running her mouth about Marjorie, thinking that she's the help, or the perception that Steve and Marjorie are like King Steve and Queen Marjorie, and Marjorie thinks she's better and people are the help, and blase, 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 blah. Okay. Let's get into it. Okay. If you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, what are you waiting for? Okay. It helps elevate the energy, and it helps me. Okay. This is how you fact check a bitch, aka Bonnie. Okay. Oh, Bonnie, Roni. Okay, let me stop. Let me keep it professional. Okay.
All right, Steve, I'm gonna just start by saying that my estranged husband is in jail.
Period.
He's been in jail for over a year, since about the right after the 4th of July of 2022.
Period. So Shirley's going to be loose on details, but it's factual. It's actual and factual. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
And recently, some phone calls from last year between he and I were leaked. And on those calls, you hear me saying you were winded going up the stairs at your home. And
these are the points that Steve wanted her to touch on. Steve works out constantly. He does not want word on the street to be that he's fat and out of shape and not handling business, while there's rumors circulating that Marjorie is getting sausage elsewhere. She's getting outside sausage, and that is what they want. Do you hear what she's talking about? She's not talking about grape charges. She's not talking about theft by deception. She's not talking about embezzlement. She's not talking about fraud. She's talking about, Steve, they said you were winded. That was what was important to Steve. Steve didn't like the optics of the perception that she is not loyal to the king and the queen of the Steve Harvey morning show, that there's some bad blood with his wifey. Okay. He don't care about no Nesto.
Marjorie looks at us as the help. And right here and now, I want to apologize to you and Marjorie for what I said. As much as I would.
Her husband's in jail for over a year, and she's apologizing to Steve because she said he was winded walking up the stairs. Steve must be a pain in the ass to work for. That's all I got to say.
Wish I could. I can't take it back. I can't. I said it, and I want to apologize. It was definitely not me trying to add to what you and Marjorie already have going on in your lives, right?
I'm not trying to add to people already dragging Marjorie for an affair. I'm sorry for adding to the affair situation
right now. But the fact that these tapes were released, it does seem like everyone is coming to you, coming for you, I should say.
So with the phone calls being released is really piling on you, Steve. Nobody really cares. My husband's been in jail for over a year. Nobody really cares about that
this time, including me. But in reality, the tapes have nothing to do with what you and Marjorie have going on. It was just me running my mouth in a private conversation, or what I thought was a private conversation. And again, I apologize. I feel terrible. I make no excuses. I said what I said, and
I said what I said. Marjorie treats us like the help. I said what I said. Where's Nicholas? She said what she said. Okay.
There's no denying it. There's no taking it back. Back then, when the phone calls happened, I was trying to stand by my man, be supportive wife. I've been married to this man for 8 years. I had no idea that all this was going on with him. I had no idea. And the charges that he's facing.
I knew he was ratchet. I just didn't know he was that ratchet. As she looks directly into the camera, y'all, I knew he was ratchet, but understand, I didn't know he was ratchet to this extent. Okay.
Facing are horrific. They are really bad. I for sure did not want your name mentioned in any kind of way associated with my mess. So I had to call you. I had to tell you it was a hard call for me to make. But I called you. And I want to clear something up, Steve. You did not introduce me to him. I met him through a friend. I should say an ex-friend now. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I had to tell you he was in jail. It was going to come out. I didn't want you to hear it from anyone else. I wanted you to hear it from me, because I knew once the police and everyone, got involved, and they were already involved, and they found out who his wife was and who she worked with and all of that, and that's you, Steve Harvey, it would become, a real big story, because it's your name. And like I told you, Steve, when I called you, I didn't want to call you. I mean, I was embarrassed. I was hurt. I felt so stupid, and, I felt betrayed, humiliated, it was just terrible. I mean, I kept saying to myself, how is this my life? You know, police and jail and all of this. It was just
Girl, he was arrested how many times since he's been to jail 3 times? Ma'am, you already knew what he was up to. Come on now. You knew. How is this your life? Because you already knew he was problematic. You just didn't know it was going to all pile on under the Fonnie Willis administration, where Fonnie was going to hand deliver him a RICO. You didn't know he was going to mess around during the Fonnie administration, where she would deliver him a RICO charge.
something that I didn't, you know, I'd never experienced anything like this. The police came, they took my car. I was at the salon getting my hair done. They rolled up, took my car. I had to have my stylist take me home. I had to move in with friends. I lost my house. I lost everything. Oh, and I have to tell you this too. Like on the day, July 4th, we were having dinner with friends and we were going to watch the fireworks after that. And so
that would be Tasha and Ronald. She was with Tasha and Ronald that day. If you go to, which I'm not saying to do this, but I'm going to say it like this. If you happen upon Tasha and Ronald and or Ronald's social media, you will see they have, just like Shirley had a post on 4th of July, you will see the same setting, the same clothes, the same, and pictures with Nesto and Shirley, which I showed them to you guys, but somebody was like, look, at the end of the day, we've seen them. I've showed them to you guys before. I wasn't prepared to pull them up today, but they were with Tasha and Ronald on that day, and Tasha and Ronald respectively have those pictures from their perspective, their phones, on their social media on that day. Okay.
Fireworks didn't happen that night because it was like a terrible, terrible storm. So the fireworks got canceled. And when I look back, I see now that that was kind of a metaphor for what was about to happen in my life. The thunderstorms were coming. They were coming. The next day was the last time I saw him. He was arrested the very, very next day. You know, I didn't even know he was arrested. I couldn't get in touch with him. I got a call from the jail and, you know, I didn't answer it.
Okay, so he was staying, first of all, 4th of July, he got arrested on the 7th, Shirley. So let's just talk about that for a second. He had been staying in a hotel for a week. He was, according to the portfolio, he had been staying 7 days at the Hilton. Okay. Now, 4th of July, you guys were together. The very next day, you said the fireworks were canceled. That would be the 5th. You said you couldn't get in contact with him because he was over to the hotel. I don't know where you were, but he was staying at a hotel, hun. Okay. The Hilton portfolio, he was at a hotel. He checked out on the 7th, and the 7th was the day he got arrested. Okay.
Because I'm like, who would be calling me from jail? I looked at my phone like,
your husband. Hasn't he called you from jail 3 other times he got popped? This wasn't the first time he got popped.
Jail? Where'd this call? You know, it just didn't compute. So I just ignored it. But he got word to me through one of his friends. They texted me that he was at Fulton County Jail. So the next time he called, I picked up, and that was him that had called earlier from jail. And, you know, he told me what happened. I thought he would be getting out in a couple of days because that's what he told me. But of course, you know, here we are a year later, those days turned into weeks, the weeks turned into months. And like I said, I don't, this is just on and on. Every day it's just something. And my life has just been a nightmare ever since. And it's still going on, Steve. I mean, I had no idea that those tapes would be released to the world. You know, I knew that they were being recorded, but I didn't know that they were going to go out to the world. I mean, I was just trying to make conversation with him, trying to, you know, just get him to think about something other than where he was. You know, I was telling him about my day, this particular day, and that was the day we were talking about, you know, on the phone when I said those things about you and the things that you heard and the world heard. And cut to today, I haven't spoken to him in quite some time. Divorce proceedings are underway. And Steve, at this point, all I could say is what I have is my faith. If it wasn't for God, I probably would have, you know, lost my mind or something in this instance. You know, people don't see what happens when these mics go off. You know, who wants their personal stuff, their private conversations to go out to public? No one wants that. I mean, what could I say to you after this, you know, happened? I was devastated.
What did she didn't even say anything that bad. Steve's out of shape. Okay. Steve been walking on that treadmill for decades. At the end of the day, what she said really wasn't that bad, but people do make a mountain out of a molehill. Her admiring Marjorie's setup to me was not jealousy. It just sounded like, wow, they have a really nice house. She's got a lot of nice things. She's got a lot of nice amenities. I was very impressed. Someone being impressed and admiring that somebody has a lot or has things that they would love to have is not being a hater. And it doesn't make you jealous. It makes you actually, I feel like it's appreciating. It's not hateration, it's appreciation for, wow, look at that. That's really nice. It's nice that they have the money to be able to afford these type of amenities and to have this type of a setup. That's what it was giving to me, that she was inspired, she was appreciating. It was not hateration in the least to me, but I never thought of it that way to me.
I mean, absolutely devastated.
Marjorie was offended by the comment of the help, but like she said what she said. Clearly her and Marjorie are not friends, but how many of you are friends with your boss's wife? Like, let's not get it twisted. Steve is her boss. And he's been her boss for many years. And maybe Marjorie is the type that makes you remember, that's my boss. That's not my friend. We were friends once upon a time, but when he married that lady, yeah, he's my boss and that's my boss wife. Okay.
I mean, I thought of everything, you know, I could lose my job. You know, how could I face you? Everything, you know, what I'm going through is what I'm going through, you know, and I've been going through it for over a year. I just haven't spoken about it, you know. Then on top of all that, these tapes come out and, oh, you know, I'm talking about you and Marjorie, and you guys are going through your own private hell right now.
You're going through your own, I mean, in a way, did she amplify Steve's drama just a little bit? What you and Marjorie are going through, you guys in your own private hell. Okay.
You know, you didn't need me to contribute to anything, you know.
Right. Nesto, shackles, and shuffle, walk of shame. If I went to your house and you've got a beautiful home, I'm going to be, girl, that house was nice. Or I'd be like, very cherry, girl. Nesto, shackle, shuffle. I went over to her house, baby. It's beautiful. They have a butler's pantry and everything. That's not hateration. That's admiration. Are you kidding me?
And I thought back, you know, because I knew I had to say something. Speak on. You created this term years ago in Los Angeles called reality radio, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this is about as real as it gets, you know. And the reason I'm here before you now, I wanted to say it live on the radio, is because your name is in it. You know, we've been friends for a long time, Steve, and these jail calls remain.
I think that number one, she apologized to the die-hard crawl up in Steve's colon fans who felt like Shirley was hating on Marjorie. Because there are people that thou shalt not talk about Marjorie Harvey. Okay, thou shalt not. Okay, talk about Queen Marjorie. I like Marjorie Harvey and I don't have anything against her. I think she's beautiful. I love her fashion. I follow her feed, all of those things. But she doesn't walk on holy ground for me. But I do like her. I don't have any, I don't feel like Shirley said anything wrong. If your boss's wife treats you like the help, one thing you have to realize is that you are. If you are a paid employee, you are the help. You do work for that woman's husband. So if she has a distance between you and you two are not friends, maybe that's because she's not trying to befriend the workers. Now, some people might feel a way about that, but that's just what it is, right? Now, why did she apologize? I think they tried to do a bait and switch. They propped up Steve's situation to make the diehards feel better about what Shirley said, also to kind of make people feel sorry for her, because that's been Shirley's role over the Steve Harvey show, is that she's always been the butt of the jokes. They've always made fun of her. That's just her role, is for people to, oh, Shirley, when's Shirley going to get a man? Shirley's a very beautiful woman. She's talented. She's had a wonderful career, but she plays sidekick, second fiddle. And she apologized to her boss and her boss's wife, even though she's going through it. They were having a scandal. And by using Shirley, it kind of helped alleviate a little bit of what could have been tension between the team. She took one for the team. So now everybody knows that Nesto is, everyone knows about Nesto. Whoever didn't know that Nesto was in jail, it was broadcast to the world. So no matter how many times people could say, well, it was on social media, everybody in their audience does not know what was going on social media. But they broadcasted it to their complete audience and advertisers and everybody. So they basically made Shirley out to be the sacrificial lamb, and they almost made her like in trouble at work. That's the way I look at it. They did a bait and switch to get Steve and Marjorie off the headlines about absolutely nothing, and put Shirley out there as the unwitting, unknowing, romance scammed sidekick. Okay.
A public, and I wanted to give you,
and then they for doing that, for her having to take one for the team, sis got a nice raise.
You and Marjorie a public apology and to ask for your forgiveness publicly. I just wanted to have a real moment with you. And I have to tell you, I've been coming to work every day because it's my only safe.
Mississippi Monica said, right before you end it, go ahead and give a little cry for us, okay? Just do a little cry, do a little cryation, and then we're gonna be good, okay? And then we're gonna talk about your raise.
Safe haven right now. It gave me a place where I could still be myself and forget my troubles for a little while, and just do my job. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you, of course, Steve, Tommy Jr., and of course my girl Carla, for the space and the grace that you guys have shown me. This is a very difficult time in my life, is if you can imagine. I love you guys. We're family, and I thank you. And I just want to thank everyone. I'm just trying to live. I'm sorry for what you and your wife are going through right now in your life. And I hate your names were dragged into my drama, because you certainly don't deserve it.
Okay, Steve. Okay. All right. So, and keep in mind, make no mistake. All right,
Steve, I'm going to just start by saying,
make no mistake. This here has been pinned. It's pinned on Steve's page. Nothing else has happened since September 11th, 2023. When you go to the Steve Harvey page on Facebook, this is the first thing you see. Steve and Shirley and this situation on September 11th, 2023.
Let me say this.
Period. Okay. Okay, let's hear what Uncle Steve had. Uncle Steve lets Shirley know that he knows how it feels to be going through a storm and trying to keep it together at the same time. He addresses how the blogs run with lies, but it has made his marriage even stronger. Do you hear that? It made it stronger. Okay. Uncle Steve drops the fact about when and how he and Mrs. Harvey met and how much she helped him. Clips were cut for timing reason. Listen to the full version at the Steve Harvey, the Marjorie morning show. Okay. All right. We'll give a little listen, but we're not going to listen to the whole thing because we got to get to phone calls from prison, period.
To you, Shirley. We have known about this right after it happened.
Right.
But we can't get in nobody's marriage and just go, girl, what you doing? What you thinking? What you feeling?
Say nothing.
Right. They didn't want to say nothing.
We didn't want to talk
because we didn't want to talk about it. And we wanted to create for you a space where you could come to work and have some moments. Because I know what it's like.
And you did.
To get beaten and eaten alive. And so it became for us, let's just be there for her. And when you want to tell us,
when
you will tell us when you're ready. Now, good thing you had Monica, Mississippi Monica, who has been with you this whole ride. You did confide in her. So Monica would keep us posted, but until you wanted to invite us in, we were just left over here as
Monica, who is her friend, but also is the producer. Make no mistake, you don't have friends at work. You have colleagues. Her and Monica might be friends, and that's all well and good. But understand, Monica, that paycheck, that rich auntie lifestyle that Monica likes to live and show us on Instagram is fueled by and paid for iHeartRadio and Steve Harvey. So she was reporting back to her boss man about what was going on with Shirley, because you can't come and talk to people about their private lives, right? Even though, and that'll tell you right there, not to say that Steve and Shirley don't have a good relationship, but this is a business. It's a business. It's a business. So Shirley's confiding in Monica, which was, that was whatever. That's what she did, and that's what she did. But Monica is the producer, and Monica was running back and telling Steve. Okay.
It's a support system. And so we would just, yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but can I just say this? I look at you guys as my family. You know, we all are family. You know, a lot of times there was a time when we saw each other more.
Hold on, look at Steve's face. Steve wanted to get his word out so bad, and Shirley was just like, Steve wanted to get his word out so bad. Hold on, look.
Can I just say this? I look at you guys as my family. You know, we all are family. You know, a lot of times there was a time when we saw each other more.
Steve got to know these cameras are watching Steve. Like, you need to fix your face.
More than we saw our actual families. And, you know, it was just so hard for me I'm a private person, you know, but we all have our stuff. We talk afterwards. We're friends. We're all that. It was just hard for me to bring this particular thing up. I was just so embarrassed, you know, and humiliated. And I just felt like a fool. I felt so stupid. And, you know, I couldn't. It's not that I didn't want to talk about it. I just couldn't find the word.
It's like, which thing are you talking about now? Are you talking about getting busted out for talking about Steve? Or are you getting, which we know she's talking about Nesto, but at the end of the day, it's like, which problem are you talking about?
Honest to God's truth. I just couldn't come to you guys. You know, if you had come to me, I would have opened up, but you know, I understand, but I couldn't. It was too much. It was just too much for me at that time, you know?
Okay. Shirley, we get, you know, my wife and me, we've been getting beat up for the past 2 weeks. But when something like this happens, you know, our motto has always been to never address bloggers.
Right.
And we don't give it no room or steam.
No life.
No, nothing, because we know who we are and we know whose we are. And so we don't address bloggers. When this came out, it's a little bit different because it's not gossip, rumor, or malicious lie. It came from the inside circle, because we are inside circle. We are family. And so when it came out, you know, Marjorie is on baby watch right now. We got another grandchild coming, and the baby's due any minute. So Marjorie's over there on baby watch. She's just doing grandmama duty. And Marjorie don't really get into all this right here. And so I didn't really, you know, look, I'm so used to getting beat up.
Okay, Steve. All right. We're going to just, before he gets on his high horse, we're just going to go ahead and exit the chat. Okay, okay. So why were we showing that? All of that happened on this day. This day. Okay. Are you guys following me now? All of that we just saw happened on this day, September 11th, 2023. Okay. Just to get a refresh, since it's there, why not, right? So we can adequately refresh our memories for this, okay? Okay. I feel like I've clicked on everyone's milestone. Thank you, CW. Thank you to our new member, everybody. Thank you so much, y'all. Okay, we're all caught up on everything. Let me see. Okay. Let me make sure my monitor is pulled up so I can be following you guys. Okay. All right, guys, let's get into it. The information for this, wow, girl. Okay. The information for this is 3 back-to-back. Look, Sonia was talking real bold. She was giving bold side chick realness in this particular call. She was being a extra bold side chick at this moment. All right. All right, let's go. Let's get into it. Okay, if you're just now coming in, baby, you have to hit this slide back. Cat Williams hadn't came yet. Cat Williams might have been saying some things, but this was September 11th, 23. Cat Williams went to Club Shay Shay, if you're talking about that. Cat Williams went to Club Shay Shay at the top of the year. He was at Club Shay Shay like in January of 24. He went and rocked everybody's world. Maybe he had said some things prior to that, but if you're referring to the big Club Shay Shay Cat Williams interview, that happened a few months later. Okay. All right, guys, let's get into it. Love that. Love that.
The first call in this video is from September 11th, 2023. This same day, Shirley Strawberry addressed the situation on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. The remaining calls are from the following day. You will hear Nesto and Sonia talk about Shirley, the phone calls, YouTube, his case, and more. Take a listen.
I'm going to let you go ahead on sleep.
No, my phone kept ringing. No one would let me go to sleep. I think I got 20 minutes in.
But that must have been an exciting day today.
No.
My phone kept ringing. Nobody would let me sleep. So you are known in your circle as the Misschess. Like, why would anyone be calling you about something that has to do with Shirley with the strawberry letter?
It wasn't exciting. It's just I just got called, so yeah. It's crazy. But how are you? How you feeling, handsome person?
Oh, thank you. I'm waiting on the game to come on, straight my mind, keep my mind going on. This is storming in New York, so that might not happen. So the world coming to an end to me. All this earthquake, all this shit going on, people dying.
He sounds like a certified fool.
People die every moment. People are born every moment.
I'm talking about for real though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For real, for real?
Yeah, for real. For real, for real. I did talk to Junior.
Uh-huh.
I talked to Junior and he said,
Do you remember when Nesto was early on? Nesto said he saw Junior in jail. Now, Junior from the Steve Harvey Morning Show has some sort of jail ministry. He's like he might, I don't look, I can't put a word to it. He's either got some sort of a nonprofit, he's got some sort of organization, like some sort of chin up type big brothery type situation where he goes in and maybe ministers the word of the Lord or offers encouragement to men behind bars locally. So I'm assuming he possibly went to Cobb County to go deliver some word or some gospel, both encouragement to the men behind bars in Cobb County, and came across Nesto behind bars. Okay. He is clergy. I don't know. I didn't know if he was officially clergy or not, but I did look. He does have some sort of an organization that provides encouragement to men behind bars. Okay. So it's quite possible that that's where they ran into each other, because I was scratching my head at how he would have ran into Junior, but I believe that Junior was there providing some chin-uppery to people down on their luck, sitting in the county waiting to be adjudicated. Okay, you like how I put that?
they got a documentary on a nigga now.
Junior did not tell you there was a documentary.
Well,
Junior did not tell you
I
that.
haven't been on there to look to see what's the latest of the bullshit from today. I mean, I looked at some stupid comments.
Yeah, but they work in Houston too. I don't know if he lives in Houston or not, but it's not uncommon. So if you're in town at a local radio station, girl, it's on some chin uppery. Okay. He said he saw Junior. So he's mentioned Junior before. Didn't he told Shirley he saw Junior in the jail? So Junior might have been in Atlanta, since they have a national show. They a lot of times, just like I'm sure you pay attention to the radio shows you follow. If you follow national radio shows, sometimes they go and dip into the local stations, and they may have events locally, and I'm sure they dip over to Atlanta. But you'd have to go check that out. I haven't been able to fact check that.
But
yeah, that ain't nothing. That shit, I said, what? I said, man, they got a full documentary on you, man. Shit so clownful. I said, wow. Yeah. That they folks were really making a joke out of nothing.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, that one girl played the tape today, with your son and with your brother.
What?
She played that tape. Yeah, just let's go on over. I should be fine by Friday. She played the tape with, you talking to your son and you talking to your brother, and then both of them talking to me, talking about, they both knew about her, and if I was Shirley, I feel some type of way. Just stirring the pot still.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Well, how many views that get? 10.
How many views that get?
They're
10.
all doing good today still. They're all up like 37,000.
37,000.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
How many views that get? 10.
I feel like after this week, it's like, because they did a Steve and Marjorie, and they put a picture of Marjorie in the bed with some man.
Now, who did that?
Like, it's really like low how they do this shit.
Hold on. Are you serious?
I'm serious to death about
They made that.
Yes, they posted that today. They put her as
Who's
the cover.
they and who
talking
and
about
what?
Marjorie still having an affair with such and such, and they got her under the sheet.
But Sonia, that has nothing to do with the Nesto situation. They might be talking about it with the Nesto, because that's Steve Harvey Morning Show TT now. Marjorie laying in bed or having an affair with someone has nothing to do with this situation at all. But of course, she's conflating. She's taking two issues and making it one.
with the cover on her. I don't know if they just put her face on somebody's body, and then they got the dude laying behind her in the bed and got them laid up in the bed like they was naked. Like that's some low shit. That's some low shit. Like these fuckers, like YouTube need to be sued and shut all of them reckless ass pages
Girl,
down.
be quiet.
They need to.
YouTube.
They put that up there today.
Wow.
They put that up there today. Let me go back to it and read it. It says,
Well, it's on there because the word on the street was that Marjorie was out there catting around with somebody, but that doesn't have anything to do with Shirley with the strawberry letter. Shirley took one for the team because she was running her mouth on Marjorie. So she apologized, and that made people forget a little bit about Marjorie being in the shits with her husband. They used Shirley for a Jedi mind trick topic flip.
that's who she truly is. More proof of Marjorie actually cheating on Steve Harvey revealed. And 8,000 people watched it, and it was 5 hours ago.
Wow. Some bullshit.
5 hours ago, after he just went on and said all of that stuff, they still at it.
They still at it.
Still at it. Like, you know.
These folks is crazy out there, man. They're like kids.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many giveaways that 20 cents.
Even though he addressed it, it's still things pointing at the fact that she's cheating. What could y'all, unless you're in their world, how could you ever know their business? Because unless you see her out in public holding somebody's hand and kissing, you can't say she's cheating. Because even if you're out walking with somebody, that doesn't necessarily mean y'all fucking, you know? So unless you got a picture of her in bed with a dude, well, what are you talking about? You can't assume somebody's straight fucking. You can't even assume a married couple is still fucking. Unless you are the person in the bed with that person, or they fucking online in front of people. You can't say somebody's actually having sex. You can't assume it. You can't think it. It's just, you really shouldn't be speaking on it. Man. Which is crazy that these people speak.
You really should be keeping your legs closed to married men. How about that? Why don't you keep your legs closed to married men, ma'am?
Speak on it.
I don't understand why is it so important to other people. I don't understand that part.
Because that's the crooked, crazy, stupid world that we have evolved into from reality television. All of this stems from reality television. Think about it.
Wow.
And now everybody thinks it's okay to talk about people's lives because certain people went on there and gave fake versions of their lives. And it just stemmed from that. Oh, so let's talk about everybody's life. And you know, so it's just, they feel like they're privy to talk about people and say certain things that are far-fetched with no type of, like, consideration of their family or anything.
So what is so bad about...
Do you hear how ignorant she is? So gossip was just invented with reality television. Is that what she would like for us to believe? Come on now. Gossip was literally just invented by reality TV. Does she not realize how stupid she sounds? Are y'all going to let her have that? Gossip came from reality TV, or gossip has been around since the beginning of time? She sounds stupid and slow, and anybody who does not check her on that, come on now. Gossip was not just invented by reality TV. Gossip has been around forever. Forever and ever, amen. Okay? Stop playing. That sounds stupid.
I'm on the phone with my son.
Thank you, Leandra. Thank you, boo-boo.
That ain't making no sense. What is so bad about it?
Well, I told you the twist of it is saying that because they're on the phone talking too, because it's me, you, and Dion talking. So they're saying even the kids knew about. Listen, but you got to understand they're painting me as a mistress at the time. So they're saying even the kid and even the what's the name knew about the mistress. They're on the phone with her and Ernesto. And they're saying, you know, they're doing all this behind her back. That's 4 people that were in on it, and poor Shirley knows nothing about it. I'm like,
That's crazy to me.
that's the spin they put on that one.
Wow.
I'm like, first of all, I'm just friends, so whatever.
Well, it is true. It's ratchet that you're sitting up there talking to Shirley, and meanwhile, he's over there trying to fix up Dre with old salty buzzard's sister. Okay? That's ratchet. That's what ratchet families do. Like the wife is there, and then 2 hours later, after the wife leaves with the kids, the girlfriend shows up, and people are making hot dogs and fixing her a soda. Okay, that's ratchet families. So I'm saying that to say, Nesto, you and your people are ratchet. The fact that you were comfortable with putting your son on the phone with Sonia just personifies ratchet. The fact that Laverte talks to Sonia, ratchet. The fact that you're trying to fix up Dre with Sonia's sister, meanwhile Dre was a best man and Dre is Team Shirley. The fact that you are trying to turn him was ratchet. All of y'all ratchet. The fact that Lamont sits up there and smiles in Big Baby's face, meanwhile he calls Debbie all kinds of names behind her back. Okay? Nesto's people, and they're all ratchet. Shall I go on?
Y'all want to say, but again, like I said, that came off the whole prosecutor going in court thing, and he's got a girlfriend in Florida. And then they ran with it. That little seed he planted, everybody, that was when they put that shit online, and they ran with it. And now they want to find the dirt on the girlfriend. Listen, if they ever get a picture, that's a whole nother, week or 2 of some bullshit. So they about to tap this out. You know, they about to be dry on all of these stupid ass little phone calls because they're not even saying anything. All it is, hey, how you doing? Okay, all right, I'll call the lawyer. Bye. You know,
Bro, once again, Sonia is very wrong. Sonia is wrong on that one. And the picture was found. The picture was had. The calls have been on some can't stop, won't stop. Okay. And here we are. What's today's date, y'all? March 5th, 2025. Okay. And I'm sure the supply is still plentiful. Sis has not stopped dragging her bony tail over there to sit in them people's chairs and sit in front of that video screen. So, baby, what?
Okay, so what? You know, so they already played the one time that you had a comment, you know what I'm saying? So they already played that. So other than what else you gonna play? Nothing. It's going to be boring. Y'all going to be bored because we know we're on the phone with the prosecutor. So what are we talking about?
Wow.
You know, so it's like whatever. Yeah, it's just whatever. It's so boring. Apparently they don't have enough jobs out.
This is why Nesto got on the phone with Lamont that day and knew his goose was cooked. Well, that was earlier than this. That was like a year before, but he already knew his goose was cooked. Once he got exposed for Sonia and he knew that they were listening to his calls, and I'm just talking about with the prosecutors, but once it was exposed in the blogs that we heard about the girlfriend and then now the calls have dropped, he already knew. At this point, we're hearing not just the fact that he was exposed for the prosecutors knowing, but at this point, it's all coming to a head of, oh yeah, Shirley knows for sure now. That's why she stopped talking to me. She didn't just hear it from the prosecutor. Now she's heard it for herself. The calls are public. They're out here. She's heard it. And it's a wrap completely.
YouTube to come up.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to sue. They're gonna have to sue YouTube for reckless videos, whatever the shit is they doing.
For reckless video.
They get on it. If they
We are serving you for a reckless video lawsuit.
Through YouTube, YouTube will shut them down. That's the best way to do it. Shut all of them down. So there's plenty of other channels out there that you can look at and watch to see other things. You don't have to watch those little 10, 12 little ratchet ass channels with them gossiping ass people.
Not 10, 12 ratchet ass channels. Okay.
Well,
That's a cute one.
I'll be that. I'm cool with that.
Well, that's cool. That's all right. Okay.
You silly. What can you say? You know?
Ain't shit I can say. Ain't shit I can say.
Nothing you can say.
No.
You know, nothing you can say. It is what it is.
Okay.
Until we get
Sonya's just mad because she looks
court
stupid.
and everything.
Sonya's mad because she looks stupid and she was exposed for not keeping her legs closed to married men. Thank you, Butterfly. I appreciate you. Thank you, hun.
Come out.
Let's check that now. Let's see if it's in the progress today, Monday.
What? You make me so.
You got the thing?
Huh? Do I have what?
Whatever you be using.
He wants to change your subject so bad. You got your let's check my progress. Sir, you've been in jail for a whole year.
That's channels with them gossiping ass people.
Well.
That's a cute one poster.
Well. That's cool. That's all right. Okay.
You silly. What can you say? You know?
Ain't shit I can say.
Nothing you can say.
No.
No, nothing you can say. It is what it is.
Okay.
Until we get the day in court and everything come out.
Let's check that now. Let's see if it's in the progress today, Monday.
What?
He's trying to flip the script.
You got the thing?
Huh? Do I have what?
Whatever you be using.
My laptop. You so computer. You so computer. Don't know what you're doing. Well, I'm like, I was like, he don't know how to do anything on a computer, like, at all. Like, so all that shit y'all talking about is retarded. That's why she want to put all that information on it, because she know all that evidence that's on that computer will prove that it wasn't true. Whatever's on there, if anything's on there, it wasn't when you had the computer. That's why
It's
they
so
purposely
sad that
omitted
she's
that
like
shit.
willfully
Oh, wow.
ignorant.
You put a fishing rod there.
What do you say?
I'm looking at this guy's van. He did a van. He took the front seat out. Okay. He didn't need it, apparently. Because it's just him and his dog.
They heard that conversation, too, about everything else. The businesses trying to get some new business going. They talk about that. Nope.
Yeah, they did talk about me. I was talking to you about,
I mean, look, at this point, this is a while ago. At the end of the day, phone calls from prison can only put out but so many calls at a time. I think that, when Sonia would say certain things, she was trying to maybe create a situation where phone calls would have felt like, okay, maybe we just need to do a whole entire just a drop. I think she was hoping that they would just drop it all at once just to kind of get it over with. But oh well, that's not what happened. It didn't go down like that. And you've just been having to deal with the slow drip of the information coming out when the information comes out. And because all of us, well, they didn't talk about that. Well, you can't talk about everything all at the same time. And I don't know that they felt any pressure to do a release based on their time period of feeling like, oh, well, they're not going to talk about it, or they haven't talked about this, or you see what they put out. She always keeps saying, well, they didn't show this and they didn't show that. Well, it's coming. Whatever's coming is coming, right? So, anywho, ridiculous.
how my partner was getting on my nerves, and I was like, oh, I'm so over it. And you even gave me the little pep speech, like, don't let that discourage you. That's a nice thing. You smart, you this, you that. Da, 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 da.
But that's it.
You know,
Them folks was eating off of that.
man, they eat off everything. Everything. They sit back and be like, okay, so how can we make that sound dirty? That's what they're doing. How can I make that sound dirty? Okay, so you see, he's grooming her and he's getting ready to, because Marjorie's not going, Marjorie, but Festa's not going to want him no more. So he's got to get her ready so he can go and live with her and use her,
What?
I mean, they didn't say that, but I'm just saying, no. I'm just saying that's how they spend everything. They'll take something.
Some kind of way she found her way over to Blabbermouth, and Blabbermouth decided to be her friend.
And then run that way. Because remember, they want you to be the con artist, the pimp, the user, the manipulator.
Where's the lie? Exactly. Where is the
lie?
lie?
They paint her as either the victim or too stupid or just too naive, or I'm saying, like, so desperate to be married, you just accept anything. They say all that about her.
Now that part, I don't know why she let them break her down like that. Now that part, I didn't like that part. I didn't like that because you're not.
Well, none of it is nice and none of it is necessary. And what they need to do is play it and shut up and just let people say what they want to say. If you just play the tape and just let.
Okay, so when phone calls from prison does just let it play, but there are people who do comment, just like you're sitting and doing commentary right now, Sonia. You're doing commentary to him. So at the end of the day, what is your problem again with phone calls? They do just let it play. So your problem is with the bloggers, but how am I blogging if I'm not commenting? I'm doing a reaction, a review, or commentary, or all three. At the end of the day, you can't tell people how to do their job. You just don't have to listen. You don't have to listen. Okay? That's why you never belonged over here. You shouldn't even know what's on the Ratchet channels. If you don't like the Ratchet channels, fine. But at the end of the day, if you feel like the calls should just be dropped, well, that's what's happening. That's exactly what they're doing.
People comment the way they want to comment, that's one thing. But when you sit there and you narrate
and let me furthermore the audacity of somebody who cannot even do a YouTube channel. My God, you've got seals, and farm animals, you've got caterpillars, you've got people demonstrating how to grow lettuce, you've got people tap dancing, shimmy popping, you've got people doing anything and everything on YouTube, and this woman is actually a topic and couldn't even get 100 views.
You add shit to it and you try to, make people think a certain way. That lies the problem. Because you played it and then you sat there and made this whole speculation of that conversation, which was far-fetched and nowhere near what the conversation was even about.
Okay, well, people can give their opinion on a topic. If we think y'all sound stupid, but you think you're smart, that's fine. It's just opinion and speculation to the point. This commentary, let me read that. This commentary is for criticism, entertainment, and teaching purposes because you need to keep your legs closed to married men. All commentary is based on the video and opinions. That's why do I not always have a banner? Any allegations or shenanigans are alleged unless specified by the source media or materials. Okay? Past, present, and future.
They know people just half-ass listening. They're listening to them more than they're listening to the conversation.
And she's getting ready to make an allegation. I am not here to change anybody's mind. I'm just here to speak on my own. If for some reason I change someone's mind about how they feel about something, that was not by purpose. I do not come on here trying to mind shift, manipulate anything. I'm giving my opinion. You guys give your opinion in the comments and we talk about it. And that's it. That's all. And nobody trying to mind shift anyone. Sis just comes to share her opinion and we talk about topics. That's what we do here. Okay. She wants to change people's minds. She wants people to not think what is. Okay. the fact that she was messing with a married man and got busted out all up and down the internet, court, everywhere. She doesn't want people to think badly of her. It's too late.
This is true.
And they're not putting any thought into it or any type of, they're not putting any real type of energy to finding out if this is really true because they really don't care. It's just entertainment to them. That's all it is. It's just entertainment at somebody's life expense. That's all it is. It's just entertainment. Yeah. And if they didn't try to drag her, it would be no problem. But they've been trying to drag Steve for years. She's associated with Steve, so they got to drag her to drag him. You know what I'm saying? And you just happen to be,
Nobody's dragging Shirley to drag Steve. I'm not in the Steve Harvey sector and don't care about what Steve got going on. I don't care who Marjorie sleeps with. I know the man is rich. I know the man is successful. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't dislike Steve, but I'm not in the Steve Harvey. I'm going to drag, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in that sector. I am in the gossip, true crime, talk about what's going on sector and cases. We talk cases. We talk about people and their legal trouble. Okay. And the TT around it. And if Steve Harvey all of a sudden gets arrested, well, then we're going to talk like, girl, what happened to Steve? Steve and Marjorie having marital problems. Nobody really cares.
Like I say,
they're grown. They are very much grown. We don't care.
The jump off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because even when she clarified and said Steve did not introduce us, and she had to say that because they kept saying
Steve. You know what? Steve took all the credit when it was engagement time. So Steve did not introduce them. Congratulations, Steve. Steve took a lot of credit for bringing these two together on the engagement day. Now that it has been resolved that he did not bring them together, once again, nobody cares. Okay, it's not relevant.
Steve did that. That was Steve's boy. Steve introduced him. Steve, they kept saying that, trying to make it about Steve. That's why I kept trying to funnel him into it by saying that's Steve's boy. Now we can talk about Steve Harvey.
Hold on. And she said that they heard the conversation. She said that them so-called friends, how they abandoned her.
Mm-hmm.
I know she said they didn't want to.
Well, they didn't abandon her. They didn't like you, Nesto. Her friends did not like you. So her friends were probably, some people get anxiety when their friends have a bum for a boyfriend and, or they're jealous. There's some people who just want you to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. Jealous of what? Fast forward, jealous of what? But sometimes when your life changes, friends come and go. They just do. So it is what it is. They abandoned her because they didn't like you.
She said that was her. Oh, come on, when she was talking to you.
Yeah, on the phone. Yeah, I know she said that.
But they don't put all of them, and they're not putting all of the phone calls up. It's too many, and they're only going to put the most juiciest that they can find, or that they can sit there and kind of narrate to make it sound like something. They're only going to put those up because, like I say, it's like 900 freaking phone calls. So they're not going to be able to put right. No one's trying to listen to that many phone calls, at all.
Yes, we are.
It's a crazy turn of events. That's all I can say. From the time you got arrested and everything that just transpired and spiraled out of control out of that.
Well,
it's crazy.
They got a hell of a book, boy. I hope they get the writing. She got a hell of a book. Yeah.
She could write a book, and listen, if she wrote a book, she'd get paid.
Yeah, definitely.
Shirley don't have to write a book. Shirley does not have to write a book. She really doesn't have to. I'm sure she's comfortable and she doesn't need to write a book. To me, I feel like that is not necessary. And also the worst is writing a book and it not giving what you think it's supposed to give. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know that people like look, I don't want to say too much, but I don't think it's necessary. I think there's other ways for Shirley to make money outside of what she's already doing that makes her money.
But it's like she would have to try to really think on what perspective, and she couldn't write it till after your court case is over.
Right.
Because she can't go in trying to bash you and they be like not guilty. She can't go and speak.
Bro, nobody's even checking for Ricky Smiley's book, right? Yeah, I mean, there would just have to be a very specific set of circumstances that would make people very interested in this story. And it is a very interesting story to us, but to the world, look, everything is not a book. It might be a movie. Who knows? It may not. She may just be like, no, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that to my daughter. I'm not doing that to my grandkids. If you want to know what happened, download the court papers type thing. You know what I mean? Everybody's not trying to make a book or a movie out of everything. This has already been a movie.
Lightly, and then they try to say, oh, he just got found guilty of this. You know what I'm saying? So she has to tread lightly so that she don't look, because they already keep telling her that she's dumb. So even though she can say, he didn't do this and I know him, oh, you really don't know him because he had a fact check. You didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for her to say anything. So that was good that she only said factual and not an opinion and not how he is, like none of that, because that whole thing would have been spent to say, oh, you didn't know he had a fact check, so you really didn't know him. You didn't know he had all that going on. You know what I'm saying? So she can't do anything till after all of this is over.
Right.
Because that would have to be the direction on where she goes with it, because she can't go in the wrong direction or it ain't going to sell. So she has to go in the right direction. So she has to see how everything plays out and then publish the book or write it, because you really can't even write. Well, you can write it two different ways and publish that whatever direction you want to publish. It's crazy and it's very unnecessary and it's very unfair that they drag, them and drag, your situation. Like, you're a victim, she's a victim. I'm just here for it, whatever. Like, fine, I don't care. Call me a mistress, call me the side piece, whatever. I don't care. I know what it is, so call me whatever it is you want to call me. My life, the way I think, I don't hold no title when somebody has somebody. I don't hold no title. So stop calling me anything. I'm nothing. You know what I'm saying?
She's so
He's married,
bothered.
I'm just a friend. He's single, and I can be whatever it is. But I don't hold no title to somebody that has somebody. That don't even make sense. But of course, it's not some sale.
I'm the side chick. Thank you, boo. I'm the mistress. I'm the side chick. Okay? Good. Now stop saying it, because you can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too.
Okay. She's so bothered. She's so bothered by everything. Oh my God, she's so damn bothered. Ew.
Mistress sales, side piece sales, and I'm sure they digging high and low for a picture. They digging high and low for a picture.
Hey.
They probably calling, seeing who can go in there and somebody that worked there, who can, we need a picture.
Yeah, he
we
said
need to
the
see
black folks at the food and county. He said it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm telling you, because listen, as soon as he put that affidavit of Shirley Strawberry, that stupid shit out there, that's when everybody got privy to it, because somebody looked at it and was like, that sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. And they researched that name and plugged in somebody like, hey, it's a court case coming up on this day, and it's on Zoom. Make sure you get on there and record it. They did that shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Judge Manning's been on. Judge Manning was on.
It should have just been an affidavit in support. That's all it should have been. And they would have had to open it up to see what it was, which they don't. Them clerks don't open up stuff unless, again, if he was Young Thug, they probably all in his shit. But they didn't know your name. You know what I'm saying? Or they would have been looked into it.
You have 1 minute remaining.
They drilling him.
They drilling who?
My lawyer. They drilling my lawyer.
He called you and said that?
No, they said that they drilling it. They're drilling him on social, on the media too.
Oh.
They bashing him too.
They passed him on the day of the court date. Call me later tonight. They passed him because he's stuck in court. That was him. He made himself look like that.
Yeah.
They had all work because he did stuck in court. It is what it is. Show me what you asked. That money you asked for, you need to produce that service. You want 40? You need to produce $40,000 worth of service. You need to produce that because you're looking like a court-appointed attorney right about now.
Right about now.
You looking like a court-appointed attorney. You need to produce that service that you sat there and tried to sell, and spoke so highly of yourself. And I can get this, and I can do that, and I know that.
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
I know Crea Lewis is like, okay, guys, this is the very next day. Y'all,
Good morning.
September 12th, your girl's birthday. I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Yes. I remember this day very well. I remember this day very, very, very well. We might need to go back and see what we were doing on September 12th, 23, and what we were talking about exactly on this day when in a parallel universe this call was actually taking place. I'm gonna go look on my feed and see what we were actually talking about regarding the case.
Yep.
But I'm how are you?
I'm okay. I woke up another day. Yeah. You sleep well?
Oh, she did.
Huh?
I did. I actually did.
Good. That's good. That's good. That's good.
How was your night?
Oh,
He sounds like he's on some sort of med.
You know, I just all that listen to what was going on yesterday. That shit was going in my head like a recording, recording over and over and over and over and over. But it'll settle down in about 2 days. It'll settle down. Yeah, in my head.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. It's rehashing memories and rehashing things that make you sad and mad. Yeah.
It's reality.
Yeah, it is.
It's an unexpected reality.
So, it is.
And I see none of this coming.
Huh?
I said you did not see any of this coming. All of this prep with these traces and, your household and all of that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
So I'm still handling it, though. Still trying to handle it. Trying to.
You gotta be strong to live. That's the thing. You gotta be strong to live. Life is not easy.
No, it ain't. It ain't easy at all. Then you tell me about Rita Frank in the house, and I'm saying she put all that work in. Motherfucker just left like that. That shit just be pissing me off. How people just do. They want to be around you, but when that shit got down start crumbling, they don't want to try to save it. I don't like shit like that.
That happened to you too, so
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I just don't like shit like that. So when I go speaking on the shit, people it's like it's foreign to them. What the fuck I'm talking about?
everybody thinks they move differently because you got to realize there is no one way. Everybody thinks they move differently.
Yeah. This is very, very true. I don't really think it's that much structure left no more. That's what I think. So, yeah. Okay, we're gonna get you a nap on in. I know you're ready to get closing my eye a little bit more. I'll hit you up after a while.
I feel better.
Huh?
Try to feel better.
I'm all right. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah. I ain't fronting. I'm all right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm all right. Just gotta go and get my shit handled now. They got their shit handled, so I gotta get my shit handled.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, nothing's final till it's final.
Huh?
Nothing's final till it's final.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, you still asleep.
I'm not asleep. I'm up. I was just up. Yeah, it'll be better. It's just a bad storm. It'll be all better.
Huh? What?
It will all be better.
Yeah, I know it. I believe that. I sure do. I believe. Yeah. I go in and out sometimes, so don't worry.
It's okay. You have nothing to distract you, so you will. You'll be in your head. You'll be in your head a lot. You have nothing in there to distract you.
Yeah, that's all.
It's just a reminder of what you're going through every minute of the day.
That's all it is. That's it. So it'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be okay. So I got 2 court dates coming up, so I know that for sure. That I know. So I got to figure out. Huh?
They need to hurry up.
Yeah, I know. I got. Dude.
You need to call your lawyer and have him come in there again because he hasn't done anything.
Yeah. I already did that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm already on that. Yeah, I'm on that hard. I got a whole 10-page letter for him. Yep. So I already sent to the address that he gave me. I sent a letter to that as well, so he can't say he didn't get it. So, and then I'm gonna give it to him in person. I'm already on that. Don't worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm past it. I gotta get this other shit that I go to court for. The third say it'd be 90 days from the 26th. So they should have me back in for another bond hearing for that.
Okay.
So, and the other one I just got the brand new one on the 10th. That'll be 90 days of October. So I know I got 2 court dates coming up.
I've never seen a system move so slow.
Huh?
I've never seen a system move so slow.
Well, they trying to move this shit fast now, though, because I got that hate on her, and the white man that tried to get his case moved to the federal court, they turned it down. So he ain't none of it. If he turned him down, everybody else turned down. So they back on schedule. His thing started on the 20th of October.
Right, amazing. He came in and got a court date, and we can't even get this shit going.
Ain't it going? Ain't that something?
You know what, though? They got to put all of that, they got to present all of this evidence to the grand jury in order to get the indictment. And they know that they don't have anything, and it's very, I'm surprised the judge didn't pay attention enough to say, you have nothing. Why is this a court? Why is this a charge? Why are we here? She could have dismissed this shit. That shit is crazy.
But they didn't know. So we got to get past that. So
It's crazy.
Let it come back. I'll trust me.
And then it's for her to sit there a year later and say she hasn't even done any type of investigation work. Well, how are you going to take this to the grand jury who have not done shit? But take a statement from a little girl.
Hey, that's why I need that transcript.
You need the fucking phone calls. That's what you need.
Yeah.
You need all of it. The tone of the conversation, all of that. And she trying to say she's scared.
But here's
Your father's drug dealer out here. What are you scared about? What are you scared about? Nobody's hurting you. Nobody said anything. Nobody did anything to you. But they lied. They got to back the lie up with another lie. And I just really think a lot of that sounded like she was coerced because.
Let me tell you something. If turning a blind eye were a person, there's no way, no matter however this whole thing went down with whatever Shirley didn't know, at the end of the day, Sonia comes up with excuses like crazy. And if turning a blind eye were a person, it's her. She is on some turning a blind eye like crazy. I mean, she's awful.
So that detective was thirsty for a case. Because you got a prior, you're an easy mark. You black and you got a prior. You are an easy mark.
Well, here's the thing. All that
here's the thing.
Yeah. Because the reason I say that because, man, look here, man, you know my history. When I say something's gonna go down, it's going down.
Here's the thing.
Yeah. Because I ain't finna do too much talking. That shit.
I know you can't talk at all.
Yeah, that reality gonna kick right on in. If the reality kicks in every time,
Oh,
people always come back and say, "Man, I didn't know that. Man, I wish I." It's too late.
but that's fucked up. It's a dude that was in your cell with you for I don't know how long y'all were in that, jail together. He knew off rip that wasn't you. That ain't him. He didn't do that shit. But your best friend talking about we gotta talk. Like he's goofy.
Man,
How you gotta look at a person's character. You can't look at what's being said. You gotta look at the character and how a person moves. Because people lie. Definitely the police lie a lot and prosecutors lie a lot. We know that from everything that's happened before Rodney King. We know police lie. All of them times they murdered those people. Oh, I was scared. You weren't scared. Oh, just say you were scared, man. And just they do shit and then they lie to cover it. And that's a common practice with the police. So you gotta question everything. You can't just take it for what's being said. You gotta question the police. You gotta question the prosecutors, and you question the person they're blaming. But in some cases, and more than half, you got them lying. Got them lying. One time they don't lie, it's first 48 because everything's being taken. You see that shit, like they can't go in there with the bullshit. They gotta do those cases on.
She's so ridiculous.
Other than that, they lie. We know they lie to get you in there.
Just hearing her take on the case is crazy. She is adamant this dude is innocent. And it's like he's so innocent that out of the blue, all these people have him guilty. He's just the most unluckiest man in the whole world, right?
Yeah, they lie to get a person to say certain things. But he said you did it, you need to talk. You don't believe the first person that talks. That don't even sound right. How does that even make sense? We gonna believe the first person that talks. Really? Like all them tactics sound stupid. You believe the truth. Don't believe the first person to talk because we are told we have a right to remain silent for a reason. So if a person want to wait for an attorney, that's their right. It ain't about first person talk, first person, all that sounds dumb.
Everything be just fine. You don't worry. Everything works itself out. I got enough here full. That's it. I already know what's going on. Yeah. So, can't stay positive. Work on my shit.
Did he say duh? I already know what's going on,
You
duh.
gotta work on your shit, get healthy, and everything gonna work itself out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know that for a fact. So,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. You gotta take the negative and make it positive. And that can't happen.
You gotta take the lies and make it the truth. That's what that is.
Yeah, what I'm talking about. Same thing to me.
You gotta turn these lies. I'm just completely like I'm not surprised because again I've seen it time and time dealing in criminal law. I've seen how they lie, seen how they harass, and how they just be thirsty for a case. And a black person, that's going to do it too. What's so crazy is when you got a white person that do a crime, they get such a different treatment. And they actually do the shit, and it's like night and day. And when you put black people in power, the narrative never changes. It's still the same thing. It's the same thing. So they use all of that as a front.
She's so ridiculous.
Throw them black people in there to keep the bullshit going, keep that fake trust going. And they don't pay attention to that. And they keep looking at a black face, voting it in. They keep trying to say, "Oh, Kamala's done a lot. Kamala's done a lot." Kamala has not done anything at all but show up to Africa and try to force people to be gay. And then she pop up and do a black here and there, and now that, it's election time, they throwing her face out there a little bit more so they can get those black votes.
Damn.
That's all. She just a puppet face. That's all.
I know. She's half asleep. Exactly.
That's all it is. She just politicians, scammers. That's all.
All that shit called scam. That's it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Sonia is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, well, I'm
Did you eat
excited
with
about
oatmeal?
today. Nah, ain't no oatmeal today. We had cereal today. We had cereal today. So.
Just, what's in feed you guys? Cornflakes?
Yeah, that's what it is. Cornflakes,
Mm.
milk, and sprinkle sugar and some, yeah.
And a banana?
Girl, they give you blueberry cake. Put some blueberries in the cake and fluff it up for you. Give it to you.
Oh, that sounds special.
It ain't.
That sounds like a treat. Sounds like some garbage.
That's the best. That's the closest thing you're gonna get to a cake outside of the free world.
I just don't see how people come out fat in the county because that food is trash.
But when they come fat because they be on some dope, you know, they want to never get no malnutrition, the real shit, you know, they need to eat. But that would be their normal body weight at their age anyway. You know that, right? Yeah,
It's coming out fat.
That shit was eating their ass up out there. And they come in here, got down there, your body starts going back who they really are. So,
she is enjoying his pain, right? Like little, like yeah, she is.
Mm.
You want ripping and running?
I agree with that.
In their system. You know, they want to eat. So they come in here, they just sleep and eat. That's kind of it. Yeah, I'm surprised.
For sure.
Brother ain't called and checked on you, see what's going on.
I haven't heard from him.
Ain't that something?
You spoke with him though, right?
Yeah, I did. I talked to him the other day, last week. Yeah, last week.
That's why he mainly wants to just talk to you. He only calls me when he hasn't heard from you.
Yeah, I talked to him.
Okay. I said Felicity last night. He called me.
Who?
His son.
Oh, he did? He called you? That's good.
He called me, so he's talking about he was listening to the recordings. Like, this shit is crazy. I'm like, yeah.
So Dion called to talk to her about the recordings. That is ratchet.
And it ain't. And they still going with it. It's crazy. They still going. They still posting. Still going. Not so much you, but mainly they putting, you know, her boss on every, you know, they just not letting, they still riding that fucking horse. That shit is crazy.
They're still riding that horse?
They still riding that horse. Like, it's crazy. But I would say media, the Shade Room and Media Outtake, I think that's the one. Those two did a very responsible reporting. I would say that they were not messy with their reporting. They were very, you know, very mature, very, you know, fair about it. They didn't come off petty and messy like the YouTube.
Did she say Media Outtake, Media Takeout, and Shade Room were very mature about it and not messy? Oh, okay.
People. So I respect that, you know. But everybody else is just like trash. Trash.
I love it.
He just can't believe the shit going on.
He listened to one of the conversations and he was like, I can hear you saying, you know, talking and he's not getting what you saying and then he just go out and say that. I'm like, I know. He was like, man, I was like, but it's not bad because we know the prosecutors are on every phone call. It's just you didn't know that the whole world would be, you know, privy to the conversations. That part is just a little.
He's talking about me.
Yeah, he's talking about something you were saying, and I was like, yeah, but you know what? This too shall pass. That's all.
Why is she using all of Shirley's phrases?
You know, a past situation.
Y'all, that's weird to me. It's not over till it's over. Do you hear her using Shirley's phrases? So she's sitting over there getting caught up, and she's sitting over there on notification gang for when Shay drops another video. So she can throw Shirley's words back at Nesto, talking about this too shall pass. It's not over till it's over. He's like, what? What'd you say? Well, it sounds familiar because those were the words of comfort that your wife was giving you. Huh. Okay. She's over there trying to listen to Danielle Diamonds. She's Shirley Stalker. Yeah. Well, she might be Nesto Stalker too. The fact that she's listening and letting things rub off on her that Shirley was saying and using them to talk to Shirley's husband is weird.
So that conversation was not good then. That was not a good conversation then. It was
No,
not.
it was a little bit relaxed, I would say. So you know how you play a little. That was one of them type of conversations, just to get you. I'm sure it was just a distraction conversation. That's all. But it is what it is because it was a year ago. So, and they're talking about things like, and Steve stressed that. He stressed that it was a year ago. Everything's in a different place today. That was a whole year ago. But they riding that shit like it was yesterday. Riding it like it was yesterday.
She's disgusting. She's so gross.
Everybody's picking it apart.
That must be really, really bad then for him to call you.
It was
What?
It was. I have to find it in this. I don't know. You ain't gonna listen. I'm not gonna let you listen to it. Even in your head enough. It's okay. It's not that bad. I mean, only thing that could be bad is something that would be sound incriminating at this point.
When he said, "I sure did miss some good ass USSY,"
I said, and we don't talk about the case like that.
When he said he sure did miss some good ass punani nani.
Personal flirtation. That's all I would say.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you said that.
It's just a little, right? It's just a little hurtful to your relationship. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I sure do miss some good ass
relationship. Even though we know it's harmless type of talk, but at the same time, no one wants to hear that type of conversation.
Oh, okay.
So
keep your legs closed to married men. Close your legs to married men. Close your legs to married men.
Okay. I haven't used that yet. Damn.
Well, they don't know till they listen to it. So some people, like this one person was like, I'm getting off this one because they didn't like how the person had all some kind of music on in the background and they could barely hear it. And they didn't understand why she had all this damn music playing while they were trying to play the phone calls and they couldn't hear it. So she was like, I'm going to just get on another site and listen to this. So it's like.
Oh, she's talking about my video. Okay. Oh, because look, people produce the videos how they produce their videos. At the end of the day, Sonia is a fucking creep. Let me tell you something. My first couple videos, where I would have like a music bed underneath. I mean, you kind of had to figure out, the way I used to do videos, the way I would do a video for, like, let's say Love Lies and Lace Fronts would be very different the way I would produce a video for over here. At the end of the day, I remember that. So, I mean, she could be talking about somebody else, but I have a feeling I know what she's talking about because there was a video where people were pissed. They were pissed to the point where I did have to publish another video without the music bed underneath it. And people were like, the comments, it was just like, why is there, it's so distracting. Like, I can't concentrate. I don't know. Look. So Sonia goes straight for the comments and she thinks that, and she's trying to be cute. And that's probably where she was commenting anyway. Sonia is a shit starter. She's been in the comments since the very beginning, guys. Very beginning.
They just jumping from person to person.
No.
But like, it's not even that. On that phone call, you couldn't really hear what was being said because the girl had music playing, the person, the tuber. And I don't know, the person had to be bored because it's not that even serious for somebody even want to jump off one and go listen to it on another one because, again, it wasn't it was a flirty conversation, but that was it. It wasn't nothing like, you know, because we don't talk all that hardcore bullshit, you know. So it wasn't like phone sex, you know. It wasn't like that shit.
He sat up there and said, "I sure do miss getting some of that good ass." Or he said, "I sure do miss that good ass." You know what? So I don't want to say the P word too many times because that's too much. But you guys know what I'm talking about.
But people don't have
She's
nothing
still in
going
the
on in their
bushes
lives.
and
It's like they're living
mad.
in COVID. They bored. Everybody on lockdown.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
it's
Okay.
a personal. Or people just, you know, yeah, it's too fast, I guess.
She didn't even have to be
But
pushed
like I
out the
said, you
bushes.
know,
She was
they're only
plucked out the
2 months
bushes.
in
Forget
the
about
conversation,
kicked.
so it's a whole year. It's a whole year of conversations that haven't been played. But at the same time, I feel like in the next week, because we don't talk about shit, you know, anything new, everything's, and we don't talk like that at all. So it's boring at this point. So they're not gonna play anything. I mean, it's gonna be like, yeah, whatever. They was just talking. They was talking about his case. They was just talking about she said, you know, boring. That's boring, you know. So juicy. They gonna play it. Which we ain't got nothing juicy to talk about. So
Well,
I'm gonna record it.
well, then they got all they ain't got all the mustard they can get then, cause they ain't no mustard. They done got all they can get. They done drowned the situation all the way down to the ground. So.
Yeah. It's like when she said she was filing for divorce, it's like you can't say shit else. So that the whole point of dragging her was keep calling her dumb and she this and I feel so bad for her. Or she feels, you know what I'm saying? So you can't drag her no more because she's done. So what are you going to say? That, you know what I'm saying? That was already said before. You can't keep repeating that. We already said that she was this. You already said that, you know, you already said that. She said she's done. She separated herself. She's getting a divorce. What all can you say now? You can't just keep, you know.
I feel like her saying this is low key calling Shirley dumb and stupid, but using us people who called Shirley dumb and stupid. I feel like this was her way using the internet, saying that that's what the internet was saying when all of the internet was not saying that. I think a lot of people had things to say about what Shirley did or didn't do, but she wasn't getting dragged. Like, she was definitely getting dragged in some places, but she wasn't getting dragged that bad over here, to me, in my opinion. I think she's lying. She was over at places where they, I mean, there's a segment of YouTube where, it's kind of like they don't like Steve Harvey and nothing associated with Steve Harvey, and that would probably include Shirley too. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like overwhelmingly people give Shirley her respect. I mean, at the end, Shirley knows what she did, and Shirley knows now. Sure, I would hope Shirley wouldn't make the same mistake, but people make foolish mistakes when it comes to some money and some dick and our relationships. People sometimes do things against what they know is the right thing to do because they get caught up in the rapture of love. Okay, they get caught up and they do silly things, and sometimes people are feeling a little desperate and lonely and all of those things. So
You
who
can't
knows,
keep
girl?
listening to the tapes and calling her dumb because, you know what I'm saying?
But I just think low key her saying this right now is her way of very cutely trying to drag Shirley and blame the internet for it.
She's done.
Because I didn't hear all what she's talking about.
Like, that would be stupid to keep repeating that. Like, okay, well, we already know she said she's over it and, she didn't know all of this and now she does. You know what I'm saying? So the infidelity part, or so it seems, because they keep throwing that narrative out there. So, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So
they just gonna keep riding Steve and Marjorie. That was always the goal. Because they kept trying to insert them. That was the goal. They just kept trying to insert them in the conversation, and it just didn't make sense. It didn't match up. None of that. So
yeah. Yeah, it is what it is.
It's crazy because you hear her talk about her relationship with her daughter, and they keep talking about, you need to apologize. You need to apologize. I'm like, y'all don't listen to shit. She just said that girl does not call her unless she want money. And then she keeps threatening her if she don't give her money, which is extorting her mother. You know, and she talks bad about her. She said, you hear what she's saying, and you can tell it's the truth when she's talking to you about her daughter. And,
wait a minute, hold on. They had that on there too?
Yeah, they had that on there. And then they keep talking about, oh, she apologized to Steve, but she didn't apologize to her daughter. How she gonna take that man over? And you can hear a conversation that's plain and simple that says, he didn't do anything to the daughter. She just don't like him. She just wants her mother. You know, you can tell in the conversation that she wants her mother's money. She wants to control the narrative. She wants to be all about her. You know, and if you don't do what I asked you to do, then, you know, you can't see the kids because the kids are the bait.
Hold on. That was on the recording too?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
But it's crazy how people don't listen. They pick and choose, and then they just run with whatever narrative. Well, it's mainly to the people. The narrative is the host of the page is trying to push, because they keep trying to make everything negative on you.
Oh.
So everything that's being said, they're trying to.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Well, he is some, you know what I'm saying? And you could tell in the conversation that y'all have that she weren't the problem. You know, it was the spoiled little girl that was the problem. And even though she's a grown woman, you know, she was spoiled as a child, and it just turned into something worse, you know, as she got older. She sounds really entitled, you know, I don't have to do this, you just pay me. You know, it just sounds like that. So I'm trying to figure out where is there an apology necessary for a child that don't want to grow up and take care of herself, don't want to own being grown and a mom.
Yeah, I mean, look, Nesto can feel like, oh, they played that too? Yeah, you've been exposed. You're running your mouth on other people's kids. I never heard Shirley one time say, you know what, Dion's a bum. Dion has fallen short of his potential. Dion this, Dion that, Dion blah, 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 blah. Never heard Shirley speak on any of Nesto's kids. You know what I'm saying? Nesto feels so comfortable speaking on Sheridan, and that's the woman's one child. This guy's got 6 kids he never even took care of. Meanwhile, she's got a child that she wants to support, whether it's to her detriment or not. I mean, I don't know. We've never really sat and had a live about Shirley taking care of Sheridan, because I think every mother or parent understands sometimes some kids need a little extra. Some kids fly on their own very quickly. At the end of the day, the bottom line is that's Shirley's kid. Period. That's Shirley's kid. Just like you got a bunch of like, you know what I'm saying, Nesto, you didn't ever take care of your kids, so we really can't talk about you. Other than they say you weren't around till you didn't even know Dion until he was like 13.
Mother. And, you know, that's crazy for them to say all
I
that.
know all that was played out there.
Sonia's son flunking out of everything. Her daughter, damn 40 years old, working at the strip club, going to work in damn fishnet stockings at 40, leaving the granddaughter home alone while she's over at the strip club. Do you remember when she said she wanted Tomas to move from Florida up to Atlanta because Katie is home alone because Sydney works overnight? Well, we didn't know overnight meant the strip club, and that she was leaving like a 15, 16-year-old home by themselves while ma'am is over there at the titty bar. Remember that? But you're talking about other people's kids.
Damn.
Okay?
Yeah. So that's crazy.
And her mama said it. Her mama said it.
Right. Yeah. She didn't say it vindictively. She said it from the heart, like she was hurt about it, you know? And to have one child and your only child turn out to be that person, you don't even have.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
It was time to get up off that call. Nesto called Sonia right back.
Damn, that shit.
He's thinking to myself, oh my God, they heard everything. They done heard, yes, Nesto, we done heard everything. We've heard all of it. All of you talking about sure. Is no wonder she's not. Is it clicking now, Nesto? Why Shirley's not talking to you at all? Are you clear on why ma'am is not talking to you at all?
That's damn.
Right.
I forgot all
And it's
about
what's so thick. So when she's talking about she lost everything and she's struggling, and that I see it's because you're taking care of two households, but they're trying to make the narrative as if you're the reason why she don't, she broke. And I'm sitting here like, no, that's not the reason. That ain't the reason. Right, that ain't the reason. You can hear the conversation. She ain't talking about stuff other than the lawyer, and that was just, other than that, I'm like, you taking care of a whole household. That's a whole $6,000-7,000 a month right there. Because she ain't living in the ghetto, I'm sure.
No.
The kids go to a good school.
No. See, folks just don't know what they talking about. They just talking. They don't know what they talking about. So, they really real. The circle know what's going on. So I came in a mess. But it didn't matter to me because I'm used to mess. So I know how to fix mess. So that's not
He said he's used to mess, so he knows how to fix mess. Okay.
I did do that.
You haven't been able to fix this mess.
I had the balls to
try to clean it up as best as possible.
I cleaned that motherfucker up so goddamn good, and that's the problem. Everybody was mad because they couldn't understand how I was doing it. I cleaned that shit up because that shit was ragged. So it got rid of all the fucking leeches. So yeah, that's how that is. But that's a long story short. They don't want me
to tell because when you nice and her personality seems like she's nice and people will leech onto that because they'll feel like that's an opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I won't let my goddamn move around. Goddamn, you got to move around with a pin drop because I know how that shit was. All the leeches that was around, they had to go. Every last one of them. All the leeches had to go. I ain't finna let them leech off me. Muchacho, that's right.
Not muchacho.
Everything I told you.
Did he mean pronto? He said muchacho. Does that mean pronto?
Everything I told you, I was not lying.
Raggedy.
Nope. Beyonce said the little girl was crazy.
Yeah. So
Beyonce, I stayed away from her when she said she was going to destroy him and do whatever she could. He was like that right there. I was like, yeah, I'm not going around her ever.
Yeah, he said that. And
he said, none of that crazy. He said she crazy. He said that girl is nuts.
So, and I dealt with that shit for a long time. I dealt with it a long time. I wasn't making that shit up. You heard it for yourself. You heard it. I heard.
I'm gonna say this: as far as Sonia visiting Nesto, if Nesto's been locked up for over 2 years, there's how many? There's probably about 100 visits at this point. I mean, she has been there every week for a minute. Now, are there weeks that she has not shown up? Absolutely. But for the most part, Sonia shows up almost every single week, once a week. So I can't really say at this point in September. So you're asking, was she visiting him weekly during this time? September 12th, 2023. Yeah, go to Phone Calls from Prison, Cobb County. There's a playlist just for the visits. She started visiting him November of 22, and she basically hasn't stopped. Now, has she missed weeks? Absolutely. When they had their little fake breakup, she wasn't there for a few weeks. Hey, Erica. Hey, boo boo. There were some weeks in the fake breakup right before he got his RICO where she didn't show up for like a month. There was about a month at one time where she did not show up, but there's probably 100. It might not seem like it to us because we've seen most of them, but there's probably close to 100 visits. There's definitely 60, 70 easy. 70, yeah, a lot. Mm-hmm.
Mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Heck yeah.
What you say?
I said, heck yeah. She said it.
She said it.
And she wasn't saying it to be mean. She was just telling the truth. And that's another thing, people be hating stuff. And I be like, but if it's the truth, you can't get mad at the truth. You can only change it. Change your truth, so that's not how you are anymore. But if that's the absolute truth, you can't get mad at the truth. When people tell somebody how they are, they get mad about that shit. But I'm not lying on you. I'm telling you the truth. You just have to own it. If you don't like it, then you need to change the narrative. You need to change yourself so that this is no longer your truth. Because this is how you are and how you act. And you only call for money and you only act like, you deserve the world no matter how you, treat people. That's a problem. But that's sometimes you can spoil a child and they turn out to be great. And sometimes you can spoil a child and they got negative traits from whatever parent, you know what I'm saying? Right. And they just act like a whole hot different mess, It's crazy.
Did you hear about it when she said her own daddy? She hit her own daddy and her own daddy came into town?
Yes, that she got problems with her father. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's a cold motherfucker there, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a cold motherfucker, man.
So Sonia's sitting there listening. I mean, at the end of the day, she's sitting there listening. And the fact that she's listening to commentary when it's easily accessible on phone calls from prison, she doesn't have to be over here. She didn't have to be over there. She didn't have to be at this one or that one or anyone's channel. She could have been right here at phone calls for prison and not even look at the chat, right? Hello? There are people who just listen to calls and keep it pushing. There are people that listen to calls and look at the chat. There's people that go to commentary channels. There's people that are watching uncut and listening to commentary. She's sitting up here doing all of it. All of it. She literally has nothing better to do.
Motherfucker, bro.
You can't change a child. Listen, you can't change a child after 15. After 15, 14, whatever that person is, that's what it is. You can kind of curve some things, but most people are set in their ways by the time they're 14. And it is what it is. So when you come in on a relationship and the child acts a certain way, some things you can kind of change, like how they speak to you, like, just that part. But if they do it in the first place, that's a sign of, So I always be like, I've been fortunate not to have to deal with anybody. Well, no one except bratty ass kids, but they were like, under 13.
Did you hear the part when she said, I told her not to go down there? She did it anyway?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad situation. Then did you hear the part when she said, well, I got
So she was trying to tell her because she's not really smart, but at the same time she said she was kind of, you know what? The thing with the detectives, and they were desperate because they were just searching for something to have on you. So of course they're gonna call with the lies and scare people and say, well, we're investigating him and your name came up. And if you don't get down here and clear your name, we're gonna charge you. So that's a tactic they use. And then when you get down there, it's a whole nother situation. And then you be sitting there mad, like these motherfuckers lied and got me down here and da-da-da-da, and try to feel like, oh, well, they know it's animosity. Let me see what else I can get out of here because he got the right one. You got somebody that can't stand him in his circle. So let's see, what all we can try to turn this into. Because that's all the detective was doing the whole time, was searching for something to put on you, because that whole bullshit of the not paying rent landlord excuse was just not going to stand. But for some reason, those judges who signed off on those warrants didn't really, I don't know if they didn't Like, they shouldn't have ever signed off on those warrants because, again, not paying rent, especially if y'all never lived there, but to even use that is not even grounds for a fucking search warrant. To say somebody didn't pay rent, that's not grounds for a search warrant. That's not probable cause. That's not illegal. That's civil. That's not a crime. You know, if a person lose their job and can't pay rent or whatever happens, a bill come up they have to pay, and you know what I'm saying, that's not a crime. Not paying your rent is not a crime. It doesn't even warrant an investigation. You know, you got no 911 calls to this resident. You got nothing in.
He's trying to shut her up. Look, fake contracts is a crime. Identity theft is a crime. A pattern and a history of a similar practice is a crime. So the things that you're saying, no paying rent, I mean, it's yeah, whatever. A fake contract with bogus signatures and intent to defraud people out of their property, and all of those things, bad checks, yes, that is actually a crime.
The house illegal. You got no dead bodies, no nothing, but you talking about probable cause. You know, you had nothing. There was nothing illegal for a probable cause.
Bogus signatures, identity theft, depriving people of their property and money. Yeah,
For a
it's
search
crime.
warrant. That was just, let's fuck with somebody because I need, you know, I need my career.
Did you hear when she said, hey, if Tucker Carter with the police said, hey, we got all your crew? We tell him we got all his crew. Did you hear that part?
No, I didn't hear that part.
That's exactly
His whole crew, not you with a crew.
Yeah, we got tell him we got all his crew. We got his crew. What crew?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
He said,
but the police are allowed to lie. That's what they say. The police are allowed to lie to get what they want, but there was nothing to get. Again, you going off the basis of somebody saying, and I don't believe anything this woman said as far as the landlord the landlord could have came down there.
No, I don't believe none of that. I don't believe none of that.
I don't believe anything. I don't believe anything she said. I believe the fact that they saw black people, they saw black people in the yard, and they started taking out license plates, and they started fucking with y'all because if you read all of.
I'm sorry. I know that people do have biases, but this is an area of the country where there are black people who do very well and black people who comfortably live in these homes as quiet as it's kept or not kept. And to think that just because you see some black people, that's not the case. I don't think so. I don't think that that's the proper argument. That's like saying you see some black people in Charlotte. Charlotte is a black city. I'm sorry. As quiet as it's kept or not kept. It might not be. There's more people of a melanated variety in this city than not. And at the end of the day, that's stupid. And Atlanta is the same way. Seeing someone who lives in a nice home is not a big fucking deal. And I'm quite sure, I don't know if Roswell is not similarly populated, but I would just venture to guess that the Atlanta metro area, has all very similar demographic. Nobody was writing down. People were on to Nesto because people were on to Nesto. They were on to Nesto because he was a bad dude and he had a warrant and she was looking for his ass and Natalie Fields was on her job. Okay. But the bottom line is Natalie Fields was on her job. He had hit the radar. They weren't profiling him because he was black. He was being looked for because he had warrants. She can make it seem like it's a black issue, but at the end of the day, his name had been getting bubbled up for doing nonsense. His name was being bubbled up anyway. It wasn't like, oh, let me go search out some black folks. I don't think that's what Natalie Fields was doing. I mean, it's been documented. Whether that she has a particular bias towards black men or black people in general, I don't know. But at the end of the day, he had a warrant. So It doesn't seem she didn't get called out for racial bias or racial profiling. There was enough to talk about that had his name on it that made him someone that they were looking for, right?
Of the complaints on reviews on the website for the Roswell police, that is the narrative that they bring. And you got white people complaining about them. It was one black person, but everybody else was white, complaining about how they move, how petty, how they be doing flipping the coin to see if we're gonna send them to jail or not. Like that whole department is so corrupt. And it is so known. Mm-hmm. I'll send it to you. Flip of the coin. Let's flip the coin to see if we take her to jail. Like, what kind of shit is that?
He's so
It was
angry.
somebody driving under. It was a white chick driving under suspended. Like, she wasn't drunk. That's a known take somebody to jail. But it was something that they could have gave her a ticket and let the girl go. And she was crying hysterically, and she was just totally upset. And they was just like, yeah, let's flip a coin and see if we're gonna arrest her or not. Like, what kind of police department is that? Yeah, it's Roswell Police Department. Crazy and corrupt as hell. And so this is what you got to deal with. And I believe that's what happened. I believe they just saw some black people in the yard and then ran some tags because y'all had, vehicles in the yard and ran with it and made up that whole narrative.
They did have part on there where you said, I'll call her and talk to her myself if you want me to. That's what I thought.
Remember, they just take the juiciest conversations and play them. So they're not gonna play, But then this one girl been playing little bits and pieces and cutting them out, and so I'm like, okay, yeah, now you're about to edit some shit now because they're not letting it play, letting the whole phone call play. They're cutting out little bits and pieces. They play like 3 minutes, and then they get another phone call and play 3 minutes of that, and then they get another phone call and play like 5 minutes of that. So
to me, what it sounds like all this is a big mess, and what it sounds like.
Oh, it's a big mess. It's a big mess. it's a big mess. And the fact that the one girl, the teacher, you kicking it with somebody, you giving a dude money. Again, that's civil because you gave her money on the first time. She said she gave you money on four or five occasions.
Right? I'm talking about. Oh, they got all that online too.
No. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the bogus charges. Is what I'm talking about.
We ain't got to talk about that. I'm talking about something else like that. I'm not.
What you talking about, sir? It's your world. What you talking about?
What I'm talking about is like these phone calls sound like a bunch of stuff should have been came out. That's what it sounds like to me. It's personal business, but it's the truth what's going on over here. That sneaky connection.
They knew. Listen, they knew.
Can she shut up and let him talk? So he's saying that the personal business that's coming out is stuff that could have came out anyway, just because maybe these are things that he needed people to know about what he had going on to make him look like less of a bad guy because he thinks the optics will point in his favor because Shirley is a mom who's still taking care of her kids. So what? As quiet as kept, many parents are paying their kids rent. That's not a big deal. Sheridan having 2 kids out of wedlock. Okay. And what about Sonia? And what about your 6? Like you know what I'm saying? Like nobody on these calls is perfect. Including these 2 people right here, right? So I'm not really sure what he meant by that, but we'll never know because Sonia can't shut the hell up.
I'm talking about. Oh, they got all that online too.
No. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the bogus charges. Is what I'm talking about.
We ain't got to talk about that. I'm talking about something else like that. I'm not.
What you talking about, sir? It's your world. What you talking about?
What I'm talking about is like these phone calls sound like a bunch of stuff should have been came out. That's what it sounds like to me. It's personal business, but it's the truth what's going on over here. That sneaky connection.
They knew. Listen, they knew it was never any crime to begin with. Do you understand? They're trying to set you up They're trying to turn all your situations into a crime. They're trying to finesse it, cut out little things, not say the whole story to make whatever that is. Like I told you, if I tell you I ran over 2 people, you know what I'm saying? That's a crime, right? But if I said the whole story, well, they were shooting at my car, so I had to run them over. That changes the whole narrative of the story. They purposely tell little bits and pieces of a situation to make it sound like a crime. They're not telling the whole story. They're not saying, you know what I'm saying? This because if you say the whole story, that's not a crime. If she's mad and she wants her money back, then that's civil. Go sue them for the money back. That's fine. You know, but it's not. Everything is known. Put it like that. This type of detective knew that it was not a crime to begin with. That's why she didn't go and do all of the research that she should have did, because it was stupid in the first place. And they thought that was going to fly because they know Fulton County, you can go to jail on some fuckery. You know, you can be innocent and go to jail. So they knew what county and how the prosecutors move. So that you can go down there with some half-ass shit and they're going to run it. Because if it wasn't the case, she would have did an honest and true investigation and all of that shit would have been civil.
I know that.
Because
Yeah.
all of that shit don't even make no sense.
Can you guys
one
take
girl
a
gave
minute,
all the
look
money
at your
to a
phone and see if you have hit the thumbs up? We've been here for a minute and we have almost 500 likes, but we have 714 here. Can we take 1 minute and show some additional support and just double tap on your screen and help your girl out, because there's about 220 few of you, 205 of you who have still not hit the thumbs up. So if you would not mind, take a minute and dig deep and double tap on your screen, because that helps me out a lot. 199 of you who have not. Girl, I appreciate it. And then we've had some new people tap in. If you just now came in, please go ahead and double tap on your screen. If you're not subscribed to this channel, you're going to like it here. I promise. Go ahead, double tap on the screen for me. Likes do matter. Sis is not afraid to ask for that support. Double tap, double tap, double tap, and hit those likes. I really do appreciate it. And, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Thank you.
dealership and they trying to put the shit on you. But the money was never given to you. It was given to a dealership. What are you talking about? How is that a crime?
He had a warrant for his arrest in another location. He had the owners of the property who've been defrauded on a previous occasion come and say, I think something is wrong. There's a bunch of cars, including an ambulance. It's weird. There's some weird stuff going on. Maybe we talk to the neighbors. Our next door neighbors has a weird person over there too. And somehow we think she's associated with the lease that we had signed because she's the one who made the referral. There was weird stuff going on. They had every right to, I mean, we know the story. Sonia may not have known the complete story at that moment, but Sonia is still digmatized by this fool that she's not willing to put, have any type of gray area of disbelief of Nesto and what she's way too invested at this point with what he's got going on to even relent a little bit. Hey, boo. Headed over to YouTube to hit the like button. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sis.
I'm not the
Okay.
dealership. Oh, did you call the dealership? No, I never called the dealership. So the girl gave all this money to a dealership, and you never called the dealership? You just threw a charge on him? Like, how does that even make sense? All of that don't even make sense. You're charging him with theft by deception when the woman gave all the money to the dealership. And you never called the dealership.
I mean, it still could be a scam. There are scams where, okay, so the car's in your name. You send someone in there with a fake phony check, but at the end of the day, the work was still done on your vehicle. Yes, the person may owe a check, we've never seen the check. I've never seen the hard copy of the check. I don't know whose name is on it. I don't know. They're holding Nesto responsible for the check, so maybe it's got his name on it. His vehicle is the vehicle that got the work done. We don't know. We don't know. We didn't go write that check.
To find out what happened with the money.
They did.
What was the outcome? Why was money transferred to the? Not you didn't know, and that was over 2 years ago. You want Miss? I want to pick up everybody's case because one, it didn't happen in Roswell. So why are you even investigating it?
I love how she allegedly was not there, but she has so much information about all of these shenanigans. She knows so much, right?
Should have called the police department and told them, and then told them to investigate the crime. But you knew it wasn't a crime. That's why you held on to the stupid case. Because if you told Atlanta, this girl called and said that, the guy her about 2 years ago, and then her again about 3 years later, and, she's still riding around in his car and talking to him and, staying at hotels and sleeping in his car. They're like, girl, get off my phone. What are you even talking about? What evidence do you have? Well, she just came in and said that. Yeah, we're not even going to talk to you about that because that don't even sound right. It doesn't even sound right. That's one reason, other than the fact that she was just out for it, gunning for it. None of the charges stem from Roswell. So why is Roswell still trying to investigate anything? You call that department. If I'm in Cleveland and I shoot somebody, Cleveland got to come for it. Cleveland got not Shaker,
Oh
not
my
Cleveland
God, is
Heights,
she getting ready to start talking
no other
jurisdiction
city
again?
Cleveland got to deal with it. Cleveland got to investigate it. So for Roswell to be doing all of this, above and beyond for Alpharetta this and for Atlanta this and for something that's happened all over here, why are you even investigating this stuff? All them places have a police department, all of them. So it's messy from beginning to end. It's just messy. Sounds like some personal thirsty ass. We don't get any calls in this city, and they're black, and he's got a record, so let's fuck with him.
Wow, she's got such.
I told you that when they made that news thing.
What are you getting into
The police
today?
do that when they have no information. They have nothing. So they go on TV and they make this big ass, story for people to call in because they don't have enough evidence or they have no evidence.
Well, shit,
so, it's messy as shit. It's a whole fucking mess. It's a whole fucking mess. And to put your name on that shit is crazy. They don't think things through. That's the problem. They see a black person and they be like,
well, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. Everything always come out. It's always gonna come out. I don't know when, but it's gonna come out. So I'm just gonna keep praying, keep going. And
I just got keep on,
all that talking about.
She didn't open that book not one time. She didn't open that book not one time. Is this the only case you're working on, honey?
Wow.
Like, that's crazy. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to get me if they don't go and put that fast speech trial in on the 407. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get out of here and get me a lawyer because I gotta get that shit off me.
I need them to get a fast and speedy trial. How are you even articulating a fast and speedy trial when you've been sitting in there for at this point like 15 months? You've been sitting in there over a year. Fast and speedy trial is over, sir. It's been over.
I gotta get me my ass in for. They can hold that shit in that complaint room for 4 years, 2 to 4 years. They can sit there.
No. Well, we're just gonna have to get the phone conversations, and that's gonna tell it all.
Yeah, I got that part. Oh, yeah.
That's gonna tell it all. The phone conversations. You see what these are doing. Phone conversations is gonna tell it all. It's gonna tell the narrative. It's gonna tell the if there's fear. You know what I'm saying? You out here threatening, and it sounds like you some type of, he's dangerous. I was like, what did that prosecutor say? He's dangerous. People are scared of him. Who is scared of him? Now, we know the girl who's clown
She just is non-fucking stop. I'm so sorry. It's like, damn. She just can't stop. She's can't stop, won't stop if it was a person. If can't stop, won't stop was a complaining ass, annoying person, that's her.
Lie and said that because that's how you gotta support your why. I didn't say anything bullshit. But the other girl go down there and say she's scared of you too because the daughter to say that. You know what I'm saying? Just imported. I'm saying a lot of that shit was coerced by the detective. Because I've seen that happen where they go and they get somebody who's kind of green and they coach them into saying this is what happened. Like mothers that coach their kids. Right. When they to say things about the father. Police do the same thing. They coach a person just so that they can get something on somebody. Well, and if you're naive and you don't know no better and you already got a little hate, you know what I'm saying? They run with it.
Here's the thing on my behalf, and I'm thankful for. She said the daughter ain't shit. So that credibility for me is wonderful. What she went down there and did with the police, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's the trickery shit on their end.
Well, you don't have any charges from the daughter. There's no charge. So there was no crime. They charged you with what?
They charged me saying that I put a fake lease in her name. They did charge me with that.
There's not a charge with that on there. There's no charge on that.
They call it conspiracy of a felony, something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, you talking about that stuff with? Oh, you trying to say she's part of Erica's shit?
What?
No, she's not. That's not that.
She's so she's completely mute to hearing anything about Nesto being guilty. He's telling you right there. They're saying that he was the reason. He has some culpability in that lease having Sheridan's name on it. And she's like, no, what?
Everything that
what?
Stuff with
of a felony.
There's no
They did charge me with that.
There's not a charge with that on there. There's no charge on that.
They call it conspiracy of a felony, something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, you talking about that stuff with? Oh, you trying to say she's part of Erica's shit?
What?
No, she's not. That's not that. Everything that I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
I went to court and that's a charge they put on me. That's a charge they put on me. They took me to court.
Because she was on a lease.
Yes, saying that me and Erica put a fucking goddamn lease together with her name on it, and I know I ain't never seen no shit like that. Why would I do that? That's stupid.
Oh, that's Erica because Erica.
No,
that's what Erica do. I know you didn't do nothing with the lease, period. But they trying to put you on to everything Erica did. Right. And this is what they trying to assume. When they trying to assume which people with records can get.
I know he's got to be thinking this chick is stupid. If I were free right now, I would be mopping the floor with her. I would be mopping and sweeping with that bobblehead. This chick is dumb and slow. She's anything for him. He would be soaking that head in a bucket and mopping and sweeping the floor with her. She's a weirdo.
Scams all the time. And so they're trying to say that, and I think this is part of the, you said it's because Erica's health is bad that she got out on $0. But, yeah.
Girl, go back to work.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hold on. It's a party. Maintenance is here.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. You need to pay attention while they're in there.
Just call me later.
All right, bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, my Jesus. Oh, my gravy. Okay. Girl, that was painful. The last 20 minutes was painful. It's like I can listen to her complain for a while, but it gets to a certain point where it's like, oh my gravy. 2 convicts venting. Ah! Oh my gravy. Wow.
Look, I'm the mistress. I'm the side chick. You can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too.
Okay, thank you so much, Southside. That's so sweet. Thank you, Southside. Okay, you guys. My God, this was long, but we made it. 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 I did bubble up a video. I didn't even watch it because girl, I bubbled it up to you guys. I went to see because at a certain point, back in time, some of my reactions were on my other channel, Real Talk, my other channel, Love Lies and Lace Fronts. And hold on a second, let me see. This was a video, I think this was September 11th, but I'm not sure what it was. We were looking, okay. That's what we were looking at because that just came out. I'll drop the link. You guys can go take a trip down memory lane. Copy. We've done this a million times. I don't know what I was saying, but Real Talk Bougie was just a little baby channel. Okay. September 11th, 2023. Sis had 3,000. Hold on a second. Real Talk Bougie was just a baby. Real Talk Bougie was a little baby channel right then. Okay. Hold on. Real Talk Bougie had 3.3K subscribers. Girl. Okay. And what were we watching? We were watching something. Okay. And we were watching the bail hearing. So this is what we did on September 11. I know that there were some other videos. I think Steve and Shirley, it's personal. Is this the strawberry letter one? Hold on. So was this right after the This is strawberry laid letter? out. This is in the lap of luxury. She got her damn top knot, her cute bikini. Sis talking shit as usual. Hold on a second. This was September 11th, 23. So if you want to know what we were doing on September, when these calls were coming through, what were we talking about? What were we reacting to? What was Sonia tripping about? Why was Sonia so mad? This is another one of the videos. This is probably what had said. If we look hard enough, Sonia's probably in the comments. There's probably WBLK News in here somewhere. Because she was in my comments. I did like about 3 videos. Look at your commentaries. Great. Happy birthday. All right. So I'm sure she's in here somewhere because we know that she was bothering us. Okay. But these are 2. This is one, and then there was the other one I shared on my community post. I'll share this one too. I don't know what about September 12th. I have to go see. I don't know what else was posted. I'll have to go check and see. But these are, if you want to go back in time of what was going on September 12th, 2023, when these calls were happening, what Sonia was complaining about, what Sonia was watching from the bushes. I posted you a couple of examples. Okay. I guess these are them right here. Okay. These are them. Okay, of what had her so annoyed. Okay. I think that's it, guys. We made it through these calls. At the end of the day, Sonia, if you want to just go watch the raw uncut, go do it. I'm not in a position to make you a guest. That's not my place. At the end of the day, if you come over here, it is what it is. We do what we do. And if you shouldn't be here anyway. When it's about you, it's not for you. I'm not, but if you would like to come and listen to commentary, that's your business. Tony Busby needs to open up a Nesto hotline. Well, Tony Busby, he's girl. It may be more effective than his Diddy attempt. He needs to open up a Nesto hotline. Yeah. He's got his own problems, Tony Busby. She did not finish her sentence. She had nothing. No. She didn't understand that the RICO was coming, even though they said it like 5 times. They'd said it numerous occasions. Okay, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to go ahead and get out this seat, get myself something to eat. Thank you so much for everybody who hit the thumbs up. Thank you, everybody who sat and watched this video. We got into it. Thank you, Shirley. I appreciate it. Thank you, Boo. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for sending me some love. If you just sent me a Cash App, thank you so much. That's very nice. Thank you. I appreciate you. I thank you guys for supporting in so many different ways. Okay. Y'all are awesome. Okay. You guys have a wonderful afternoon. If something else comes up, they may have to come back and talk about it. But I appreciate y'all. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, set your notifications to all so you can always be notified every time I go live, post a video, do a community post, do all of the things. Find me on all of my social media everywhere. And I'll see you guys a little bit later. Okay, guys, this was fun. I enjoyed it. Thanks again to our good goods over at Phone Calls from Prison, a YouTube channel we love to watch, for getting this little trip down memory lane up and out for us, because it was very much enjoyable and very much enjoyed. Okay. I hope you guys liked it. And if there's something you didn't get to say that you wanted to say, drop that down in the comments.
You can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick, the mistress, the side chick, the hen. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. That's
name calling is what y'all do. She's so bothered. Anyway, guys, have a good afternoon. I'll talk to you later. Bye.